G'day folks, how you going? It's Brad here from the Headshot Guys. It's Tuesday morning, 10:30. A little bit like me, I suppose you're a bit over the whole coronavirus situation, but we are isolating ourselves and we've just got to suck it up for a few more weeks, I would think. We're about to hit Easter, school holidays is on, the kids are here. We're doing it. People have asked me, how am I doing? I'm doing okay. The fact is that I pretty much self-isolate anyway. The only difference for me right now is the fact that I'm not shooting in the studio 2 or 3 times a day. Otherwise, I'm normally at this desk, sitting here, editing, doing kind of the stuff that I'm normally doing. So it's not a huge change in lifestyle for me. One of the positives that have come out of it is the fact that I'm back in the water, and that leads me to my video today. I did have a bad shoulder and I had bad calves because I was running and doing weights and doing stupid things that a bloke my age probably shouldn't do. And I had little niggly injuries which kept me out of the water for some months, so I'm back in the water, which is very cool, which leads me onto my video today, which is about how I edit my wave imagery. Obviously, my commercial work is generally studio based, headshots, models, actors, portfolios, those types of things. But when I'm not in the studio, you can often find me in the water, shooting waves, which I sell then online. I sell them through galleries. I've got a couple of exhibitions going on at the moment. Not that people can get in and see them, but that's another story for another day. That's the whole coronavirus thing. So, but it doesn't stop me from shooting more imagery, building up my portfolio, I suppose, for use of a better word, and getting out and about, which is not too bad. Jumping around in the water is not a bad place to be right at this particular point in time. Certainly from a health perspective, it's good for my body, it's good for my health, it's good for my own mind, in that I'm getting out, getting my mind off all this coronavirus stuff and business and all that sort of stuff. I'm feeling a little bit refreshed at the moment because a little bit of stress being lifted when you are working full time for yourself in a business. You're under a lot of pressure to get new work and market yourself and do all those types of things. So right now I don't have that pressure because there's just simply no work out there. So I can jump around the waves. Now what I'm going to do is show you how I edit my images. So enjoy this. This is how it goes. Now I'm going to switch over to my desktop view from here. I'm going to open up Lightroom, which is my go-to catalog and editing program. I generally think that Lightroom is for light lifting, Photoshop's for heavy lifting of stuff. Normally I'll import all the images that I shoot in any session straight from the camera in through Lightroom. In this particular case, I've downloaded 210 images out of, I think I shot about 700 images out of in the session. So obviously I wouldn't download all of the images that I shoot. There are some that I automatically delete upon download. So I scroll through them and check out the ones that I don't really want to have to store in my backup. So these ones are sort of the best ones that I saw out of the session. And then obviously once I've downloaded the images, as I've said, 210 in total, I'll go through and I'll start classifying them. Now I have my own classification system or filtering system, for use of a better word. As you can see, I have some images tagged purple, some are green. What I would normally do is go through and I would tag them yellow to begin with, and then I would go back through and tag them purple. Purple being the colour that I make them when I'm going to edit them. Green, as you can see in this particular example, are the ones that I have already edited. Then up here is my filtering system. Now if I want to choose just the ones that are in yellow, I can click on those and just look at the yellow ones. Alternatively, I can also go back up and look at the green, purple and yellow ones. Thumbnail button down here allows me to look at all of the images in that particular folder. As I said before, yellow ones are initially selected, and then I'll turn if I'm going to edit them, I think I'll turn them purple. If I'm not going to edit them, then I'll just turn off the filter. So as you can see, what I've got left with here is green and purple coded images. Obviously the purple ones are unedited, the green ones have already been edited. This is, like I said, an easy way for me to be able to filter through. You can also see the flags and the stars. That's just different tiers of selection process. So it's nice and easy, pretty easy for me to be able to look at any given folder and determine which images have been edited, which images need to be edited, which images are potentially for sale, which images are potentially for social media. So that's the way that I look at filtering all my images. So now let's have a look at an image that I can edit for you, which is obviously the goal of the session today. That's not a bad looking image, maybe not. Let's have a look. This one? Nah, maybe this one. I like this shot, it looks pretty cool. So obviously it's an image that I have already edited. It's an image of a lip, there's no buildings. I like the bit of blue sky. I like also the splash, the millions of little bubbles there that you can see. Looks quite effective. It's nice and clean and smooth. Not a hellishly big wave, but certainly nice and clean and certainly not a bad shot, I think. So I really like this shot. So let's get up into the develop module. So this is the image that I think will edit for you. So I've taken you into the develop module, and you can see here it's already been edited. So obviously some of the sliders have already been slid, for use of a better word. So obviously you can see here the images that the sliders have been used, depending upon the particular toning, color, highlight, shadows, all the rest of it that I want to have in this image. So I think what I'm going to do is go forward and reset this image. Let me click on the reset button. So that's how it looked when it first came out of the camera. So not a huge amount of difference. Really just what I do in editing. I don't look to change too much stuff. I really look to just enhance what's already there. So as you can see, all those sliders are back to zero. So the first place I would start any editing is in the presets. Obviously Lightroom give you a number of default presets. I never use those. I have my own presets, which I have labeled beach. So these are the ones that I generally use for my beach photos, whether it's the waves or drone shots. So this is called Blue Dawn. It takes a fair bit of the color out of the image. Generally I would use that for more stormy, cloudy, rainy, windy, gusty sort of shoots where I'm out in the water and it's a bit ugly in it, but it looks pretty cool and effective. So the other preset I have is for my drone, which I use. And then last but not least, obviously, is the preset I have for my wave. So as you can see, you click on the preset and you can look at the sliders there. The sliders already have some numbers in them. So this is really how I use a preset. Is over the years, obviously, I've developed this preset as a place to start. So what I would then do is look at this image and go, okay, where do I need to go in relation to these sliders that I've got here? So what I'm looking at here is just enhancing that. Every image is different, so I would be able to look at this and go, okay, let's look at the exposure, let's look at the contrast, let's play around with these sliders and see if I can't make the look that I have from the preset, make it better. Just tweaking it slightly just to see if I can make it look better. So basically I'm just playing with the sliders here to see if I can't get a better look out of this image. So just play with the highlights a bit, come into the shadows. I don't mind that about there. Let's have a look at the whites. I've taken a bit of white out of it. Take a little highlights out of that splash up there. I don't want to be taking too much attention up to there. And then I'll have a look at the blacks. I like to get pretty heavy on my black point. Then I can play with a little bit of texture, playing with a little bit of clarity. Dehaze I won't do too much, a little tiny bit. Let's see where that clarity ends me up. Yeah, I don't mind the look of that. That's not too bad. So again, it's about getting it right for my eye. I like the curvature of this. I really try and avoid cropping my images if I can. Avoid it. This particular image, I don't think I need to crop it. I like where it sits, where that wave sits. Sometimes I'll use a graduated filter to, force your eye into some areas. I like this lip here. I like the splash. I like the fact that, if you looked at the rule of thirds, this is sort of the top third of the image. It's drawing your eye into this lip here, which I really like. And then that's probably the first part of the image that you would look at. Then it would be drawn out to the rest of the image. So I really like the way that this image looks. I like the colors. It might have a little bit too much green in it for me, so I might just play with that and take out a little bit of green. And I'll just use the green and the red slider up there. That's a little bit better. Might take a little tiny bit of blue out of it. I don't want to make that sky look too fake. That's about it. That's pretty much where I would get to. So then obviously to tell myself that this has been edited, I would make it green, click on the flag and give it 5 stars. So that would now become one of my edited images. So if I come back up here to my filters, I can click on green, that'll be all the green ones. I can click the flag ones and I can click the 5-star ones, which at this particular point in time is down to 17 images. So these are the ones that, and this is a shoot that I did yesterday. Obviously got plenty of time at the moment, so I've been able to edit those images pretty quickly. Normally I wouldn't be editing 17 images from one session that quickly. You can see here, if I bring these up, you can see a couple of the Blue Dawn images, which I really like. I just really like the colouring of those. It's a close-up of the lip. That one's another lip shot. These are probably posted on Instagram the next couple of days. I really like the way that these are done. I did this one yesterday, black and white. Obviously you can see where I'm at. I'm at Broadbeach. There's some towers, some cranes in the background there, but this is kind of, I probably could have gone Blue Dawn on this as well, which would have looked as effective, but I do like the black and white. So that's it. That's all you get. Well, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of an insight into how I edit my photos. Not very long. If you're interested in more information about what I do with my wave art photos, please hit me up. Don't be scared. Shoot me a note. Obviously, you can see some of the images flashing across your screen. You don't want to be seeing my ugly face all the time. You're better off looking at my headshots or my wave photos. That's about it. I'm really stoked to be back in the water at the moment. I've been out of the water for a few months with a shoulder injury and some calf injuries. That's just from running and doing stupid things to my body, like trying to get fit. So it's kept me out of the water for a little bit, but I'm back in there now, just in time for them to close the beaches. Apparently Tom Tate is closing Surfers Paradise Beach, the Spit, and Coolangatta Beach, unfortunately tonight. And that really is just a reflection of the fact that people just don't understand what it means to stay home and not hang out together in big groups. Like I went to the beach on Sunday with the kids for a walk, and there's big groups of people hanging around on the beach, lying around together, laughing, joking. So, you know, I don't know, what don't people understand? Anyway, that's all you get from me. I'm Brad from the Headshot Guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao now.